Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from mychartcoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at CLSN, ECYT, and MTBC. Okay, yeah, huge day for CLSN today. Closed up 300%. That was an incredible run. We did put out the alerts on the news, got those pre-market in the chat a little after the market started on stocktwits.com. So congrats to everybody that's following. This was just an incredible play. It did close very frothy on RSI and Fasto. It just a giant white candle form today. There was a big gap up open and above the basically what was it, right about at the 100-day simple moving average at 205, and then the share price ended up breaking the 200-day simple moving average and then ran almost up to the 300-day simple moving average at 711. And so that's the next key level to break. As you can see, that was hitting its resistance zone from January and February of earlier this year. And so yeah, that's going to be the crucial level to get through. It is trading at 682 after hours, so it looks like it's going to have a gap up open. So tomorrow, if it can push above that 300-day simple moving average, it'll keep it in play. If it hits resistance at the 711 level, it could pull back and consolidate. On the downside, you've got the EMA4 way down here at 334 and the 200-day simple moving average at 318. Those are the two big support levels down below. You're going to get some support here if it did pull back off of this previous high close. So yeah, this is a very huge move on giant volume. It is pushing higher after hours, and so we're going to see tomorrow with the gap up open how it's going to play out. If you look here at the weekly chart, this is where you're going to see where the next key resistance levels are to break. And so on this chart, each candle represents 1 week of trading. And so this week there's been this big break above the middle Bollinger Band. Notice how this dotted purple line here has been resistance for a very long time. The last close above that level was all the way back here in what is that, April of 2016, and so it failed to hold, and the downtrend continued. So this has been on a multi-year downtrend, and so this is a giant bullish change in trend. If you look here, there's a parabolic SAR bullish flip. Notice the green dots had been above the candles since February, and they finally flipped below the candles. SAR stands for stop and reverse, so the share price is reversing. If the middle Bollinger Band turns into support, a new uptrend should begin. The key level to hold this week's going to be the 50-week moving average, currently at 448. This candle will not set until the closing bell on Friday. So the key is to be able to stay above that level. If it can stay above that 50-week simple moving average and turn it into support, that should signal more upside potential. If you look here at the next key resistance level is this February closing price, which is just above $6. And then you've got the 100-week simple moving average up here at 1212, and then the top of this descending resistance line from the top of this channel, and notice that's at $10. So this has got a really nice start here this week. We're going to see if a new uptrend can continue. If it pulls back below the 50-week moving average, that could signal consolidation, and then you have EMA4 down here. As long as this middle Bollinger Band way down here at 213 turns into support, a new uptrend should begin. Notice the giant volume behind the move. If you look here at the CLSN 15-minute chart, so now on this chart, each candle represents 15 minutes of trading. Notice how there were super tight Bollinger Bands yesterday. The trading was very thin, and then today there was a big gap up open, and the candles have been riding EMA4 support the entire day. There was a close below here at 1215, but EMA13 held, and then at here at what was that, 1245, there was a close above high close resistance, and that signaled more upside potential, and the candles kept running higher. So notice how EMA4 held the entire day. As long as EMA4 supports holding the 15-minute chart, the signals to keep on riding. So yeah, and now everybody's being rewarded after hours with the big up. It's up another nearly 80 cents after hours, another 15%. And so yeah, if you take a look here at ECYT, okay, this stock made a very similar similar move yesterday. Okay, so this is a 15-minute chart as well. And so notice how on this chart there was super tight Bollinger Bands, just like the CLSN chart. And then there was the gap up open above EMA4. And look how they ran above EMA4 the entire time. And wow, look at that. At right here at 12:15, there was a close below EMA4, just like on the CLSN chart. Look at that, how there was a close below right here, same time. And then notice how it got back above immediately. And then here at 1 o'clock on this chart, it broke above high close resistance. Okay, so this candle here was the key level to break at 11:15. It broke above at 1. That signaled more upside, and then it kept running higher. So this is the exact same setup. The thing about the markets and the thing about technical analysis is the ticker symbol changes, but the patterns do not. If you can learn the patterns, then you're golden. Okay, so check out what ECYT did. They had a big gap open today, and the share price traded sideways. So CLSN is set up to have a big gap up open tomorrow. Now, is it going to trade sideways and consolidate just like ECYT? We'll see if it follows that same pattern. If you see a red candle on the second candle on the 15-minute chart and it's failing to break high close resistance, that could signal consolidation. And then if you see that it fails to make a higher high, notice how it had descending resistance. Okay, so that's a signal that the bears are attacking. It did close above the middle Bollinger Band and above the red descending resistance line into the close. So ECYT needs to stay above the middle Bollinger Band currently at 570, and then the other key level, if that breaks, is this 530 level. Okay, so that was the low close, the bottom of this channel, because if those levels break, then you could see a drop down here to the 50 simple moving average at 432. So yeah, so pretty wild, huh? It's pretty cool how it's probably due to the algorithmic trading with the computers being in charge. They're forming very similar patterns on these breakouts. And so if you look here at ECYT daily chart, you'll see there was a big gap up open today. And so yesterday there was a close above the moving averages, the 100, 200, and 300-day simple moving averages. And then today there was a big gap up open and a black candle formed, a spinning top well above the upper Bollinger Band. And so this signals possible consolidation coming. This is definitely an indecision candle. The bulls and bears were at tug of war. It closed pretty much where it opened. On the downside, the first support level is down here at the EMA4, and that's at 372, and that's lining up with the bottom of the gap. Now there's a gap below, and so the top of the gap is the bottom of today's candle, the lower wick, and then the bottom of the gap is down here at the high of day from yesterday. And so if it drops down below this 525 level you could see a gap fill and the candles pull back in. You want to see it stay above that 525, and then it needs to break above 6 to head higher. If you look here at the weekly chart, this is the ECYT weekly chart, you'll see that what's happening is it did break above the 200-week moving average today, and it came up and it hit the 300-week moving average up here at 686, and so that's the big level to break. It's currently hitting resistance from back here in 2015, and so if it pulls back and it closes below the 200-week moving average at 532, that could signal consolidation. The upper Bollinger Band is way down here at 370. So and then you're going to get some support here from the previous high closes. Those are around 415 or so. But in order for this to push higher, it really needs to stay above the 200-week moving average and close above that level for the week. If you see it get above this 300-week moving average and close above that level, that would be very bullish, signaling more upside potential. Notice this had the PSAR bull flip as well. Notice how it's breaking the long downtrending channel, just like CLSN, and yeah, it's had a major breakout. Another stock that had a big breakout is MTBC. Okay, this closed up 100% today, 109%. It is very frothy on RSI and Fasto, so they're both at overbought levels. You've got this very parabolic spike on plus DI. So this is one of those another one of those big runners. It broke out above resistance resistance. So what we were looking for earlier in the day was a close above this August high close level, August 2nd, and it busted well above that. It was running really hard into the close, and so the next level that we wanted to see a close above was back here in April and May. So there's this April close, and then, or is that May 1st? Yeah, the first trading day in May, and then the closing price here on, it looks like the 10th of May. Those were the two big levels to break, basically a 240 resistance zone, and it did close above that level today. The after hours price is all the way up here near 375 or so, 380, and so that's hitting the upper wick here on the May high that was tested. So you want to see a break above 380 and have that level turn it into support. On the downside, this EMA 13 down at 215 is the big support level. The candle did close well above the upper Bollinger Band. Many times the candles will work back into the bands. So it's got to break above this 380 resistance zone to head higher. There was a huge volume spike today. Notice the big volume down there. And then if you take a look at the MTBC weekly chart, so each candle on this chart represents 1 week of trading. You can see that it busted above 2015 resistance, so it made a move above the high close here from earlier in 2017. So this week it's going for its highest close of the year, and if you look here. It's got this it's down here near 210. 214 is that's going to be your first resistance if the share price does pull back, and that would be the key level to hold. Notice how that's lining up with resistance from back here in August and September of 2015. So that was a really huge level. It broke above that. You could say this was a cup and then a handle, and then it broke above the neckline there. It's filling the jar, and so to me it looks like it's filling the jar back to this 5 level. MTBC could possibly be heading back to the to its previous highs. This is the history of trading for the stock. Notice it started trading in 2014. So up here at $5, that was the opening price for the stock. That's where it first started trading. And so yeah, if you see a break above that, that would be a legit blue sky breakout. There would be no resistance above because it would be uncharted territory. So yeah, so keep an eye on 5 to the upside. It will need to get through this 380 and 4 resistance zone, which was from back here in 2014 in like the August and September. So yeah, so great move for MTBC. You know, if you look here at the 15-minute chart, you will see that it had an explosive move end of day. Okay, so it was heating up, and and the clue with the tight Bollinger Bands down here, and then the break above resistance. Notice how the candles broke above resistance here. That was signaling that the stock was in play. It held the middle Bollinger Band here, and then once this volume came in at 315 and this big volume bar, it was on, and it just kept pushing higher and higher and higher. In volume, it kept increasing as the share price was rising. So yeah, and then it was running higher in after hours trading. So yeah, so keep an eye on MTBC. On the downside, if it does pull back, you know, the first support level is way down here at 248 at EMA 4. As long as EMA 4 support is holding, this chart is super strong, and the signal is to ride. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about charts and technical analysis, please check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you very much.